Hey, we're back.
What's up?
What's up with you?
Welcome to the
Cannaba
Cannaba
Podcast.
Yes.
Welcome back, everybody.
Hello there.
Hello. So,
Did you have a good week?
I did, Liam. I had a good week.
Back from vacation.
Back from vacation, and it's a tough transition, though. I find I'm sure it's the same for everybody who has been on vacation for a couple of weeks and then they get back to work and they're trying to just get themselves back on track in the swing of things, and it's rough. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, and although I'm not working, I'm in school, I still find that the schedule routine is rough for me to get used to.
Yeah.
I'm not used to being scheduled. Even when I was working before,
You'd schedule your own stuff.
I wasn't very scheduled, exactly. I was able to schedule my own activities and do my own thing and work pretty independently. So it was pretty straightforward in that regard. And now I'm in school. So I'm there. I have to be there at 8 o'clock. And they take attendance, which I really find annoying. So, that means I have to be there at 8 a.m. and I'm leaving at the end of the day, and then they take attendance again, and then they take attendance at the break. So,
but that's what you're going to have to do when you work.
No, I know. And also it's the early days too. Like when I was, in my whole career, I was usually starting my days because, in science, people only go into the labs at around 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
They're only there at 10. So your day only starts at the earliest at
like 10:30, 11.
At like 10 a.m. That's, sometimes if you're talking to people from companies, you can have conference calls earlier than that, but typically it's, so now I'm up at 4:30 in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning. So I can work out before I go, and then I have to be at school for 8 and all that stuff.
What are you going to do when you have to be at work for 6 or 5:30?
Well, then I'm going to probably not work out before I go. Yeah.
I mean, you'll have time after.
Yeah.
You'll finish at like 2.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it is for you, right? Like you
yeah, but I'm tired after.
Yeah.
I don't want to work out after.
I know.
Nah.
And how did you find the transition from, because you're on the same vacation as me? So
yeah,
how did you
I was going to bed at like 2 a.m. by the end of the vacation.
Yeah.
So Monday was rough.
Yeah.
Went to bed at like 11, and then every hour I'd just wake up and go on my phone.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah,
it's rough, So
I think by the end of the week I was going to bed at like 10, which still isn't good, but
yeah,
it's better.
Yeah. So you were, by the end when you get home, I mean, if you're basically working in a semi-sleep deprived state, and you're getting like 5 hours of sleep a night or 4 hours or even less.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. I love it.
How do you think? Like, how are you able to do your job in that way? Is it because it's physical that it's easier to work? Like how are you able to stay awake?
I guess like as soon as you start moving, the blood's pumping, so you're just more awake.
And then because like I'm sure that if you had a desk job,
I'd be dead. I'd fall asleep instantly.
You'd fall asleep instantly.
Yeah,
because you'd be so tired.
Mm-hmm.
But you're working. You're actually physically doing stuff. Yeah. So I guess it's easier.
Yeah, it's hard to start. Like you get up to your tool chest, and you just want to sit down.
Really?
But you just get started, and once you start, you're good.
Yeah, and then you just do your projects. You just go through the day. Yeah.
I hate when I don't have stuff. Like once we finish everything we can, and I'm just like waiting on stuff to do. I hate that.
Is there times in your job where you are waiting on people, like waiting on stuff? Or
well, normally the foremans will have a job or something at least, but sometimes I'm waiting.
Okay.
And I hate it. I just want to know exactly what I have to do for the whole week.
Yeah.
Tell me what I need to do, I'll get it done.
Yeah.
And I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
If I don't know, I get stressed.
And it would be nice if they gave you a week's worth of tasks, and if you were able to do them in half a week, you could just take the rest of the week off.
And get paid for the whole week?
Yeah.
No. That
wouldn't that be wonderful?
Yeah. It would never happen though.
No?
No.
Yeah.
There's always stuff.
I mean, in the white collar world, it is like that though. The expectation is that you're going to get your job done and if you can work more efficiently and do it faster,
You're
then
rewarded for that.
yeah, you just, you work less.
In construction, you're not as rewarded for that.
No?
If you work fast, they're just going to give you more work,
Right.
more jobs to
Does
do.
that mean that you should work slow or do you just work at your pace? And
Well,
you're
some
just
people work purposely slow and it's not good.
yeah.
I work at a pace that works for me,
Right.
where I'm not fucking stressing and going crazy.
Yeah.
I just work at my pace. It's chill. I get one job done after the other.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Okay. Well,
Day
that's
goes
good.
by quick.
Yeah.
I'm listening to podcasts or whatever.
Yeah, and it makes your day go by quick, and it also is makes you recognized as a hard worker
Yeah.
at the site, right?
The best is when the foreman tells you to slow down because there's not much to do.
Oh, really?
So they're like, just take your time with this. And you're like, nice.
Really?
Yeah.
So then you just listen to podcasts more and do stuff.
And I go very slow.
Yeah?
Like, oh, this part needs to go there. Huh. Oh, something's happening on my podcast. Let me just pay attention
Let me
to that
just
for a
tune in
second.
for a second.
Yeah,
Okay, fair enough.
that's the ideal.
Okay. Well, Liam, like I say, it's different. It's definitely different jobs for different people and different ways of working and so on. But I think everyone can agree out there that coming back to work from vacation is not like the easiest because you're just.
But there's some good things about it. Like I find it when you're on break for too long, you start to you get too used to the break, and like like when there's no bad stuff, the good doesn't feel good anymore, right?
Right. Yes.
So you get too used to the break, and then you kind of just get into a weird cycle of not enjoying it to its fullest.
I guess
Because you're used to just being full relaxed, nothing stressful going on.
Yeah.
Once you get back to work, I find I'm able to manage my time better.
Right. It's funny. I had a conversation recently with an old friend of mine because, I'm at close to the age where people retire, and what she was telling me, and I wonder if this is common for a lot of people, is that she's a little worried about quitting working for the fact of not knowing how to fill her time when retired. Do you feel that way?
I personally would be completely fine retiring.
Yeah.
I have so many things I want to do.
Yeah. Like even little projects, right? Like
if I know for sure that I don't have to go back to work, I would fully commit to a bunch of different things.
yeah.
But even being
What are some of the things that you find interesting that you would commit to? Like what
I want to go on big traveling trips.
Okay.
Like backpacking.
But that requires some money. So you'd have to have the money to retire then.
It does, but backpacking is not as expensive.
That's true.
As traveling.
Yeah.
I'd want to do that. I'd have hobbies that I want to get into. I want to try archery a lot.
Okay.
I want to get into a while ago I talked about it, like making scents.
Oh yeah, that's right. Scents.
Like
I
I
forgot
want to make
about
my
that.
own scented oils.
Yeah.
So I have my own
Yeah.
trademark thing that's mine.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of stuff. There's so many things. You just go on the internet and look something up, and wow, I could try that. I want to build a little crucible in the backyard to melt down metal.
Oh, that'd
be so
funny.
cool. Make
That's
little
hilarious.
ingots. And then
Yeah,
build them how
yeah.
I want.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of things I'd like to do as well. So I told you about making automatons, and I told you about model airplanes and this kind of stuff.
And you're
So-
thinking of getting a gaming.
gaming computer.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
I think they do have gaming laptops. There's
to dip my toe in the water of that because it seems like a lot of fun. Seems interesting.
Yeah, there is a company that makes gaming laptops. I don't know how good they are, but
even gardening, I like there's a bunch of things I'd love to. Well, like I'm talking indoor and outdoor though, like hydroponic.
Oh, hydroponic would be cool.
Like what about growing weed?
Yeah. Have you seen Trailer Park Boys?
No.
You got to watch that. It's
Why?
very funny.
Do they grow weed?
Yeah. Like one of the main guys is just super, super dumb, but when it comes to hydroponics and growing weed and stuff, he's like the best in the world.
That's the thing he likes to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
So
And it looks cool what he builds in the show.
really,
Yeah. You should watch it. Well, you would find it stupid, I think.
yeah, probably,
But it's hilarious.
but you know that like this kind of stuff interests me. I think this would be kind of cool. You know what I mean? So it'd be there's I don't think, and plus of course there's sports and just physical activities that I like to do too, right? Like golf and whatever. So
I want to brew beer,
oh yeah,
and I want to make what's it called?
you want to
I wanna
mash your own
distill-
tomatoes, like make tomato sauces from like
hot sauces would be cool.
yeah.
I'd want to make a distillery, but it's illegal here. You can't distill alcohol in Quebec, I think.
Oh,
You
you
can-
can brew beer though.
You can brew beer, but you can't distill alcohol without
Okay.
some sort
Okay.
of...
So you can ferment, but you can't distill.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
you ask AI and it says, sorry, I can't help you with that because it's illegal where you are.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. Okay.
So you
okay.
can't...
I wasn't aware that you couldn't set up. So we could just do it in the Laurentian foothills in the mountains. You know, could be like those people that
But probably in that book that you got.
Oh yeah,
that book you got me. It probably tells you how to
distill.
It's like this giant book that's called The Book, and it has
Yeah.
all of human knowledge, or a lot of it inside of it, so you could re-establish a civilization.
Yeah, it's basically a book that's written in the eventual
Catastrophe.
case of a apocalypse,
Yeah.
right? So if the world as we know it ends for whatever reason, let's say there's a global war and maybe they do a large electromagnetic pulse that destroys all of electricity for decades to come, and everyone's just reliant on going back to like fire and making stuff with your hands.
Fire.
No more buying things online and all that. It's a book that basically details how to survive, like how to rebuild society.
Yes.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
we were having a conversation about not to be too negative or anything, but on population, world population.
Yeah.
And
have you ever looked into it before I told you?
So I haven't looked into it per se, but I've definitely thought about will there be a time in this world where there will be just too many humans on the planet for the resources that we can offer to the human race?
It's called the carrying capacity.
The carrying capacity
of humans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know you did a bit of research on this. So what is the approximate number for the carrying capacity of the world for humans?
Yeah. Well, before that, I would look at how terrifying it is of how quickly we're growing.
Yeah.
Like throughout history, we've been kind of semi-stable, growing very slowly.
Like it's been in the hundreds of millions to low billions for a long time.
Not low billions. No.
Even hundreds of millions, right?
Hundreds of millions, sure, maybe.
For thousands of years, it's
Yeah.
probably been in the hundreds of millions.
Not thousands, I don't think.
No?
No.
Okay. I thought it was even
It was with,
like even in the Roman era, I thought it was hundreds. But maybe not.
I'm not sure in the Roman era, but what I do know is that like at the start of our century it was pretty low compared to now.
Why? At the start of the 1900s, you mean?
Yeah, in the 1950s it was about 2.5 billion.
Okay.
So in just like I guess 70 something years.
Yeah, that's not a long time.
It's grown up to 8.3 billion.
Wow.
So it's like it's almost quadrupled.
And that's probably because of in the Roman era, the world population was estimated to be around 300 million.
Yeah.
So
and it stayed pretty stable throughout history.
Yeah.
And then now
but that's because that has a lot to do with modern medicine, I think.
Yeah. Even like when you were born, the population was like 6 point something billion.
Yeah, probably.
So just up until now, it's grown by like 2 billion.
Like that's a lot.
That's a ton.
You
That's
said
a
from the
huge amount.
1950s?
So from the 1950s till now, it went from 2.5 to 8.3 billion,
Wow.
and it's still growing. So I looked it up, and no one can come up with a full estimate because we don't know if we're going to come up with a new technology that makes like resources easier to get. Like if lab grown meat becomes easier or something like that. But so far, the upper estimate is 16 billion.
Wow.
We
That's
can
incredible.
We can have 16 billion. Other people estimate like around 12 billion is the max that we can have
That's incredible.
of humans. So we're like 4 billion away. So another decade or something.
Jeez.
We'll reach that. Maybe 2 decades.
I mean,
If we keep growing at the rate we're growing at. But a lot of people think that
yeah,
We're
no,
gonna-
you're right. I mean, it literally, the world population has surged. They say from 2 billion people in the 1920s to over 8.2 billion people today. Like that's 4 times
in a century,
in 1 century, in 100 years.
compared to thousands of years, we
Com-
haven't grown that much at all.
Yeah.
But
But that's when penicillin was invented. Like that's when all these drugs came out that
yeah,
permit people to get over these
Certain age,
diseases. You know?
what people are worried about is the aging population. But yeah, right now, I think the population is starting to slow, like the increase in population.
Right.
A lot of countries are having a lot less like kids now. I think Japan's population is going
decreasing.
down.
Yeah.
China's population is going down.
Yeah.
Even in Canada, a lot of people I ask don't want to have kids.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's widespread, if
Yeah.
everyone thinks that way, but
Yeah.
A
I
lot of
wonder.
people don't wanna have
If
kids
this is a
anymore.
combination of. I don't think that a population that these population declines or the slowing of population growth globally has much to do with resources, though. I don't think it has to do with
Yeah.
a lack of resources.
like
I think it has to do
people
with
don't want to have kids
Yeah.
if they can't afford a house.
yeah.
or
I think it
can't
has to
afford
do with
anything.
economic issues and also technology. You
Yeah.
know,
But at the same time, people might get like you can only have kids like until a certain point in your life. So
Yeah.
maybe people will get desperate. They don't want to have kids right now, but they're going to reach that age and they're going to want to. They're like, I don't have another option after this, after like another 5 years. So
yeah,
starting to get scared, starting to get worried. Maybe
Right.
they'll have kids. The scariest thing would be if people keep having tons of kids. Like if the population just keeps burning forward like this, that'd
but
be kind of scary because already the amount of fossil fuels we're burning and just to
where
sustain
I
ourselves.
suspect, I mean, I'm pretty sure that where the population is growing is in countries that have less access to contraceptive and this kind of thing, right? Like
Yeah.
more underdeveloped countries,
Mhm.
and
And they don't have access to clean fuel.
or food or water, right? So in those countries, like if you sort of parse out those countries, I bet you that the lifespan of people in those countries is much lower than in the developed nations as well.
Yeah,
You know?
where the population is decreasing.
Yeah. But that doesn't take away from the fact that, you know, do you think if you were a world leader, would you have some sort of like what China did back in the day
The
with
ban on kids.
like limiting families to having one child or no children or something like this to control?
I think maybe at a certain point in the future, whenever a world government comes into play, that we might have to
yeah,
at a certain point.
like it becomes
Like if there's 12 billion people, everyone can't have 5 kids. That's
Yeah.
not possible.
no,
It's gonna kill the planet.
yeah,
I'm okay with it. I don't think it's wrong to do that. Everyone has equal right to have the amount of kids that is allowed.
yeah. I mean, they did this very effectively in China, but the problem now is that China's facing the impact of this,
Yeah.
of what they did. You know,
And the China thing was kind of bad because people would be like flushing their babies down the toilet and shit, doing horrible stuff.
Yeah, especially if they were girls, right?
Yeah.
So they all wanted boy babies, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
There's
So I
a
think
much
they would
higher
they would
there's
have
a much higher density of young men in China than there are women.
Yeah.
You know?
So I think if they wanted to make a law like this, it would have to be like meticulously written
yeah.
in a different way so that to prevent stuff like that from
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
You have to
But man, that means you're really controlling like how much.
Yeah, but would you prefer that there's like a world apocalypse where everyone is starving because there's not enough food?
No, but I think where I'm getting at with this is how much control are we then imparting? Like you could easily see how these laws could extend to if you have a mental disease or a physical handicap, you can't have kids.
What's that called? There's a word.
If you have like they can start to become very selective about who can have kids and who can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know? And that would even lead to decisions between people about who you're even going to date.
Yeah.
You know?
I think
you can imagine dating apps that would have these criteria for the genetic
you have to
profile.
answer like 1,000 questions, and then it gives you 5 people you can date.
Yeah,
that's it.
And it's a genetic profile you have to submit and stuff like this. Like it all goes into this computer system and matches you up that way.
But I think that once our population starts reaching a certain threshold, people are going to naturally die. Like we're going to die, and then people are going to stop having as many kids, and we're going to decline back to like something sustainable.
I disagree.
I think maybe it'll keep rising and falling like it does in nature.
I disagree.
You disagree with that?
What
do you think is going to happen?
I think that the only way that kind of a macro growth of the world population will change is if governments force it to change. I think if you leave people to their to do what they want, you know, because you know, we're at the apex of the food chain, right? So people are just gonna keep doing this until, you know, like the reason why in underdeveloped nations why they have so many kids is because they know they're going to lose kids. Yeah. They know that at least some of their children are going to die at a young age from disease or whatever, you know. I mean, it's the same reason why animals have, like certain animals have so many offspring, right? Like you look at sea turtles as an example, or fish, or variety of things, because most of their offspring get eaten. Yeah. You know, only a few of them make it, you know?
That's it.
So
I think you're right, but I think that nature's also going to have, because it's like what we said about here. Yeah. People can't afford stuff now, so they're not having kids. Yeah. That's probably going to start happening worldwide when all the countries start getting fully developed. Right. Right. People are going to not have as many kids because they can't afford anything. Yes. And I guess that's a micro way of controlling the population. Yeah. Prices and stuff.
It is challenging now. I mean, I cannot get over how hard it is for people, and the decision that you're making in first world countries. I mean, like, you know, Canada, the US, Europe, around the world, in first world countries, you know, you really have to think a lot when you're going to have a child now. You know, I can tell you that wasn't the case even back when I was having kids back in the late 90s, early 2000s, you know, like it wasn't like that at all. You know, you just had them, and then you just dealt with the situation, you know, but back then, you know, things were affordable. Yeah. You know,
now it's impossible. Yeah. Back in your dad's day, there was no one.
Oh yeah.
2.5 billion people.
Well, and back in my dad's day, you could like everyone could afford to buy a house. Like jobs, salaries were in range.
There was like 3 billion people
of home buying. You know,
crazy.
You know, so it's a different world today now. You know,
now there's a lot of people.
I mean, you might be right. Maybe that's why. That's why it's more difficult.
I wonder if like the carrying capacity will increase if we start using the ocean for farming and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, and I wonder if the future's food will be as good as it is now, because I think algae is one of the most
Abundant food sources.
productive food sources. It cleans the air way faster than trees do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if we like mass produced algae, we'd get nutrition and start cleaning the air.
Yeah.
And we could use big blocks of the ocean to do it.
There are a lot of companies. I mean, it's amazing what algae can make in terms of chemicals as well. Like it can make like
biofuel
and even creams, face creams and stuff. Like it makes a whole bunch of things.
And algae biofuel is like it's carbon neutral.
Right.
So it cleans all the air that it dirties once you use it as a fuel.
Yeah.
Which is good. So if we mass produce that, but it probably doesn't taste that good. You're gonna eat algae slop every day. Salted with seawater.
Well, and also, like, it also raises the question about how long animal farming will persist.
It's not sustainable, I don't think.
Yeah.
Have you seen the blood pools at like where they cut up the animal?
Where they sacrifice the animals?
Sacrifice, to the gods.
That's what we call it in science anyway. But where they kill the animals or whatever.
Man, it creates these massive blood pools that are full of like rot and shit.
Really?
And it pollutes all the environment around it.
Imagine being a plumber at one of those places.
Oh, you have to unclog.
Oh my God, that would be horrible.
If you go on drone footage above those places, there's like lakes of blood.
Really?
Near them. Yeah. And then farmland.
You'd think that they could do something with that. You'd think that there was a
lot of nutrients and stuff.
Yeah, you'd think that there was something you could do with that. You know,
I don't know. I think it's like bad for the environment. That
really
like produces gases and stuff.
Wow.
But also fertilizers running into water kill a lot of stuff.
For sure.
But plant growing is much more,
not just fertilizers, but also like just for animals, it's their gases they emit.
Yeah, the gases. The animals are much worse than plants.
Yeah, and they don't per acre of land. Yeah, they make far less productive food.
That's why if they make what is it called? If they make huge progress in lab grown meat, that might be the way to go.
Yeah.
Although it'd still make carbon dioxide, but not methane and stuff like that.
Yeah. There are some companies out there that are actively working on this, right? There are some meat companies. I don't know how well this will catch on. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But imagine if all meat is just the best
synthetic. Well, it's called synthetic meat.
It's synthetic, but they make it in a way so it has the same texture as like A5 Wagyu filet mignon.
Yeah.
Then it'd be so much better.
Yeah. I mean, the problem right now with synthetic meat labs, I think, is just getting the cost down, you know?
Do you think that
it's still more expensive than...
Do you think there's a moral dilemma with synthetic meat? You think the meat is alive?
No.
You think it's a life form that can think?
Zero.
There's no brain involved.
I don't think that at all.
No.
I just think that if you tell someone that this meat was made in a lab, they're going to wonder if it's actually meat. You know what I mean? So
is it, do you know much about it?
Yeah.
Like, is it cloned? Is it cloned off an animal?
It's made from tissue, I think, you know, and it's grown.
Where was the tissue gotten from?
From cells.
From an animal.
Yeah, but from cells, from individual cells.
Yeah.
Okay. So they grow the cells into a tissue matrix that grows and becomes a tissue, you know?
Imagine how insane it would be if the animal can feel those cells from like remotely.
No. But they do a lot of cellular work in the lab, right? There's tons of work done with cells. This is just another way of working. So it is
kind of like cloning.
No. Well, not really.
Yeah, you're taking one cell from an animal and you're making meat out of it.
I guess.
Growing the cell culture.
Yeah, but it's all done in cell culture. You're not taking like
The genetic-
these cells are immortal cells. I think
Yeah.
so. They'll you have a culture that lasts forever, and you just keep taking it, and you add
The nutrients.
growth hormone, nutrients, the right.
You think if they add a lot of growth hormone, that won't be good for us?
No,
Eating
no, I don't think so. I think they add what's needed to be added for it to just grow into the tissue.
Once you cook it, does that growth hormone go away?
Yeah,
you
yeah.
think?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So
Like it. Oh yeah, it's some kind of enzyme that.
yeah, it's
Un-
like
unrolls.
that's in the animal anyway, right? That's everyone has growth hormone, But I think that this whole that it's kind of like GMO vegetables, right? Like
They're not bad for you.
no, exactly. You know what I mean? Like
They're-
they're genetically modified so that they can actually grow in harsher conditions,
And
right?
sustain us. They have
Yeah.
some more food.
So that's great, right?
Yeah.
Now, there's still what's the impact of this? Like, could this GMO vegetable sort of take over the environment or
Yeah.
the field and
I mean,
kill other vegetables or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Because of the
The fact that people are living so long now,
yeah.
I don't think GMO vegetables are killing us.
No, I agree, and they're almost now integrated in there's so much GMO corn out there. It's almost everywhere now. It's in chips and everything, But
It's crazy that people put like what was it called? Like a copyright on it. Like you can't grow another person's corn.
yeah. It's quite something.
And the corn seeds are not maybe not corn, but there's seeds that fly away in the wind, and if they land on someone else's farm and start growing, the farmer could sue them for growing their crops.
Yeah. No, it's
Crazy.
very like they have specialized farms for these things. It's all very secure, right? Like everything is very secure when
It's
they're
like
doing this.
it's like research papers.
Yeah.
The farmers keep their stuff. They don't want
Yeah.
other people to grow what they've
Exactly.
made. But
Exactly.
I guess they've worked hard to get it the way it is.
Yeah. And there's more and more pests out there and stuff. Like I think that kind of research is hugely beneficial to mankind. You know what I mean? Like I don't think there's a bad thing about it. I just don't know about it just seems so foreign to me that to be able to eat a synthetic meat, but who knows?
Hey, if it tastes like meat and it has a good texture, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, no, exactly.
And if they find a way to grow it, like mass produce it without creating too many like bad side effects.
Well, and if it feeds, and if it's a way to add variety to like if it's a way to avoid the whole human race going completely vegetarian, right?
Yeah.
Which is the only real, like right now, that's the only solution to sustaining 10 billion people in the world, right?
Because like if we eat meat the way we're eating it now, we're gonna have to, and we keep using like livestock, it's gonna get really cruel.
Well, not just cruel.
And it's already cruel.
Not-
We're packing them.
Yeah, not just cruel, but I don't even think that we produce the meat required now to feed the world.
Yeah, and the methane will destroy. The greenhouse effect will be insane.
So either we come up with a different way of producing meat, or we cut meat and we all become vegetarian, right? And we live off soy and other sources of protein, nuts and whatever it is, right? To be able to survive. Would you want to do that?
No, I'm only going to eat red meat forever. Chicken's a plant.
Chicken's a plant. Fish is a plant.
Red meat only. Steak and eggs.
Steak and eggs. So I think that's definitely a topic that is very controversial, especially in certain provinces in Canada and certain states in the U.S. You don't want to be talking about going vegetarian to a farmer, a cattle farmer in Texas or someone in Alberta that's has cattle or chickens.
Oh yeah, that's it. But I feel like if we make nuclear fusion like a worldwide thing, that would solve a lot of issues.
Well, it would solve a lot of issues from an energy perspective, that's for sure. But it still wouldn't solve the food problem.
Well, but energy is used across the board for food.
I agree.
If we have an unlimited source of energy, we could figure out other stuff.
You could make more synthetic food, basically. Yes, you're probably right. And And as you
And-
said, we could maybe explore the oceans as as another
and more
source.
efficient ways to clean stuff
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if Earth keeps expanding, if the human race keeps expanding and we get to like with more energy, we'll have a higher carrying capacity. If we
Yeah.
reach like 100 billion, I don't think there's enough land to support that.
No,
So we'd have to start building cities underwater in the ocean. Or
I
something.
think I honestly hope that doesn't happen to
Or
like,
floating cities.
I think if we reach 100 billion people, the Earth will be a very sad place to live.
It would be like cyberpunk.
Yeah,
Have you seen that?
no, but I can just imagine just the whole Earth is a city.
The whole
you know?
Earth is a slum.
Yeah, that would not be.
I think a floating city would be cool.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it would kill so many animals because
Exactly.
they can't reach the surface.
Well, there'd be nothing. That's what I'm saying, right? It would be very sad because there'd be no wildlife.
no nature to go. Well, they'd have nature parks, but it wouldn't be the same.
Yeah, you know.
VR nature. You want to see nature in the virtual world?
So speaking of food, Liam, let's get off this subject.
Yeah.
What do you think about protein? I mean, you know,
I don't think about it. I
No?
just consume it.
because I hear so much now about, you know, everything's protein yogurt, protein drinks, protein bars, protein.
Well, you're on
powder.
that craze too.
I know, and I'm on that craze because of your brother, because of Kalen, you know, who's an athletic therapist and who,
Protein's good.
yeah, who really harps on that you're supposed to take in, what is it, 1.5 to 2 times your body weight in kilograms in grams of protein. So if your body weight's 90 kilograms, you should be eating like I should be
Like
eating
100
about 100
grams.
well, as you get older it's less. So I need, I think 1.5, so I need about 120. Well, I'm about 80 or 70 kilograms, so I need about 100 grams of protein a day. 70 kilograms times 1.5 approximately.
Mm.
You need like 140 grams because you're younger, you know, so it's 2 times your body weight in kilograms in
Yeah.
grams of protein.
No, I'm not going to eat any protein. I think I'm only going to eat fatty.
No,
foods.
but you've started. I've noticed that you've started.
No,
So you've bought
I'm messing with you.
you bought this whey powder and you have 2 scoops of whey powder and
Yeah,
water.
and then you bought 2
Yeah.
giant things of it.
Because I put in my coffee now, right?
Yeah.
To up the amount of protein, you know?
I wouldn't recommend putting protein powder in boiling water, by the way.
Oh, no?
I tried that when I first got it.
What happened?
It all denatured all the protein, so it was like clumps,
Oh, that's gross.
and you're chewing it.
Okay. So you just put it in cold water,
Yeah, just cold water, shake it up,
shake it up. Does it
Good.
taste good?
Yeah.
Okay.
and I can chug it in 0 seconds. So
So it's all in.
Yeah.
Just goes in.
done. Way better than eating something.
Okay. But then you looked up this recipe to have high protein
No, just
sandwiches.
just go on Instagram and it'll pop up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you go on Instagram, you type high protein sandwiches or
Don't
snacks
even
or
have to
whatever.
type anything.
Yeah?
As soon as you click on one of them, like go on Instagram, just go through random reels. As soon as you find a recipe, click it, and then it's just going to show you more recipes.
But you literally were looking for a
No.
recipe that had high protein.
No.
You weren't.
No.
But you found one.
Found one, clicked follow, and then it just showed me only more. of
Okay.
that.
So now you're getting all these recipes for high protein, like
Yeah.
wraps and stuff.
And it's not that difficult. Like you just whatever normal recipe you would normally make,
Yeah.
add about 3 pounds of ground beef, and boom,
And
you
boom.
got your protein.
Okay. So none of these recipes use tofu or anything like this.
No, usually it's chicken or ground beef.
Okay. Okay. But that's good. That's awesome. And how long does it take to make this
Not
kind of
long.
thing?
No,
Like a few minutes?
no. I don't think there's any recipe that takes a few minutes.
Like
It
an
takes
hour.
like half an hour to an hour.
Okay. And then you've
And
made
it's enough for the week.
everything for the week.
Yeah, I made like 10, and
How much did it cost you? I'm just curious. Like how much would those 10 wraps have cost?
that's a bit more expensive if you're going protein because
Yeah.
ground beef can get expensive
Yeah.
in a large amount. I
Yeah.
got like a big pack of extra lean ground beef from Walmart. It's
So that's like $28.
$28, yeah.
Yeah.
Total it was like $50 for the ingredients.
Okay. But that made how many reps?
Made 10. So lunch for the
So
entire
that's
week.
so that's $5 a wrap.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Mhm.
That's pretty good. You know,
Yeah.
when you consider that if you want to go to Subway's or McDonald's for lunch, it's going to
$20
cost you $20. So you're
Yeah.
literally paying half the price, and it's a homemade. You know
Yeah.
that it's good.
Is that crazy?
What?
Like like back when I was a kid, it would cost like $10 to get all your food from a fast food place. Now it's doubled.
Oh, and even groceries, Liam. Like I can't get over how
Yeah.
expensive.
Well,
food
you
is
see
now.
it.
Yeah.
Like year by year, it goes up by like
Yeah.
a few dollars.
Yeah. That's another issue. Like food is now like, you know, much more expensive than it used to be back even before COVID, I find, you
Yeah.
know. So, but
Yeah.
so you have to find creative ways to find healthy ingredients that are not that expensive, you know.
Mhm.
But you've done really good. I'm impressed. That's really good. So you're getting your protein each day.
Yeah. Well, I got that from a plumber. A plumber at work goes through like he loves Instagram recipes and he just makes them all the time.
Oh, really?
He sent me one and I clicked it. So then I guess that's why it was in my algorithm. And
Okay.
Now I subscribe to a bunch of them.
Okay.
They're
So-
so easy. It takes like no time.
So this is the we're gonna call it the benefit of Instagram, Liam,
Yeah.
of AI.
I guess algorithm.
Yeah.
Algorithm.
Probably not AI. It's
No.
probably just an algorithm that
Yeah.
sees what you like and then it just finds more stuff like
Yeah.
that.
But I guess maybe AI could be involved in it. Maybe they made one for that. I don't know.
Right. Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, do you feel like it's more of an invasion of your privacy?
I don't care.
No?
I don't give a shit.
No?
Look at whatever you want to look at.
But how do you get it off that?
What do you
Like,
mean?
how do you, if your Instagram keeps sending you stuff because you were interested one time or a couple of times in something, how do you divert Instagram to doing something else?
Have no attention span like me.
Oh, really?
Become a cool non-attention span kid.
What does that do? What happens?
It means you're going to look up random stuff every 2 seconds so that it'll confuse the algorithm and it won't know what to show you.
Ah, so that's the trick.
Yeah, and unfollow everything.
Okay. So that's the trick.
But I don't want other stuff. I want what I have. And,
I get it.
and I'll confuse the algorithm again each
Okay.
time I go on. But
Okay. Because that's happened to me several times when I've looked at reels and stuff, and then it keeps sending me the same thing, like different variations of the same thing.
yeah, just look up something else.
Yeah, because it's so frustrating.
Mhm.
Then it becomes frustrating, right? You're like, why is it doing this?
Yeah.
You know?
Look up how to build a pipe bomb. It's really you're not going to get on any list. No one's going to.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
It's a really smart thing to do on the internet.
Yeah. And you'll have the FBI at your house
Yeah.
in 5 seconds. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Okay.
Do not look that up, guys.
No, do not do that. Do not. So, Liam, we wrote this list down. It was pretty random of things that we were going to talk about, and one of those things that we thought might be interesting was ancient Rome.
Yeah. What do
So-
you know about that?
So, I know enough to say that I don't know much.
Did they teach you about it in when you went to high school?
We did history. We had history.
But like complete.
We did go back that far in our
Yeah.
history class. I must admit that I've never been much of a history buff,
Yeah.
I'm more interested in it now.
Yeah.
Because I feel like now that I've lived, and gone through a good chunk of living through my life, I feel like history can teach us lessons and does repeat itself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, what's cool I found about ancient Rome was how they were able to almost take over the whole world. I mean, that there's only a handful of times in history where the world was almost dominated by one society, you
Yeah.
know, and the Roman era was one of them. you
Well,
know?
if they were organized better, then they could have.
I know.
They definitely could have taken over the whole world
Yeah.
if
So
they were just had better organization and more loyalty, I guess.
yeah. Well,
I-
unless like I think what messed it up for them back in those days was the complete lack of easy communication and isolation of their people in faraway places, right?
Yeah.
Like,
It was too big.
it was too big, and they didn't have they didn't have satellites and radio and like the communication we have today. If that would have existed then, I bet you they could have done it,
Yeah.
you know?
I'm fascinated by that era. Like even before that a bit, ancient Greece, ancient Rome.
How do they do all this conquering is my question. Like, you know, like what do they have? Giant people, like big people that were
Like from the movie?
yeah,
No.
that were like just amazing at fighting or something? Like
No.
what is it that made them so good?
So in ancient Greece, they had like a specific way of fighting. I forget what it's called. I think it was called the phalanx or something.
Okay.
Each soldier would carry a big ass bronze shield, which was heavy,
Yeah.
and like a 20-foot spear that they would hold, and they'd form this.
So these two items probably each weigh 100 pounds each or something
Yeah.
like that, and they're very muscular. These people are in really good shape.
Yeah. So they'd have those, and they'd form this impenetrable wall of shields. They'd be like 3 rows of people, all with their shield in front and spears.
Wow.
And no one could get through that. And everyone fought like that. Like all the different places would fight like that. Arrows can't get through the wall. Nothing could get through the wall. And everyone's too slow to run around the wall because of all the heavy gear they have.
So all their adversaries would just give up, I guess.
Well, they'd just die.
Well, they'd either die or give up.
Yeah.
They'd probably I'm guessing at a certain stage, you see the Roman army marching on your town.
No,
and
the
you've
Greek.
Oh,
This
the
was
Greek.
Greek.
Okay, the Greek army marching on your town, and you've already heard from other towns what's happened. So you're just saying, okay, fine, we give
Well,
up.
the way the Greek was set up is it was all different city states.
Okay,
So different cities had different ways of fighting and stuff, but it was all pretty similar. They had similar tactics.
okay.
The Spartans were insane. Like,
But the Greeks initially expanded,
yeah, they were doing really well.
but then what? The Romans
The-
copied them or something?
No,
or?
the Romans had better. They had better tech. They had
Oh.
better everything. The
Okay.
Romans had big square shields, like
Okay.
rectangular shields that like went together better.
Okay,
So they didn't need multiple rows of people all putting a shield. They just have
Okay.
one row of people
okay.
forming it's called a testudo formation or something.
A testudo.
Yeah.
Is that like a taquita?
A taquito. They'd all eat their taquitos.
So it's called a testudo formation.
Yeah, and they'd do that. They'd push forward. They'd
Yeah.
all have 1 or 2 spears that
Right.
were much smaller that they'd just throw,
Okay.
and then they'd rush forward with a small sword called a gladius.
Wow.
So they'd rush forward with their sword, and they were mobile enough to get around the.
Oh, the impenetrable wall
Yeah.
of shield from the Greeks.
Yeah, so they were so mobile that they just get around, and they had much better communication, and like their leadership would be in the back on horseback, talking with each other and
Right.
directing everyone.
So they were more strategic. They were probably better strategists in war.
Yeah, they had
Right.
insane strategies. They had a bit better gear.
Right.
And like it was this gear was like made over like a long time.
Okay.
They honed it.
Do you
And
think they just overpowered the Greek Empire? Is that what happened?
Yeah, they just
okay.
outmaneuvered and outstrategized.
and then took over the Greek Empire. Like they just took them over.
They took over. They didn't they didn't make them into Romans. They liked what they saw. They liked the Athens, how smart they were.
Right.
Like Athens was like
Well, that Athens was the dawn of geometry. and
geometry, a bunch of different math.
like all kinds of maths.
Yeah, different theories on how our solar system
Yeah,
works.
yeah. So the Romans liked that.
Yeah, so they took a lot of that back to Rome.
Okay.
But so they were very good at fighting. They were
Okay.
like the best.
Okay.
And they also created tons of stuff. Like the aqueducts.
Really?
Do you know what that is?
Yeah, yeah. carrying water. Like they
ancient Roman plumbing, essentially. Their
okay.
whole city.
I thought the Greeks did this too, but maybe not.
I don't think so.
Okay.
No. The whole Rome had running water
Okay.
all over it. Like
They had toilets too, I bet, eh?
I don't know about that. Probably they did.
Yeah.
I didn't look into that, but they had public bathhouses
Wow.
and like heating under their floors, under the bath. So the water was always a nice temperature.
Wow.
They had
I mean, that's amazing when you consider that this is like thousands of years ago,
yeah.
right?
And plus they invented roads.
Yeah.
Like that was major. That
Yeah.
was an insane invention that they had.
Yeah.
So they
even put these giant trees along the roads, these umbrella trees, to shade the army when it walked.
That's awesome.
They did all that. It was incredible. And those trees are still there to this day around Rome. Like we saw them. It's amazing.
It's next level.
Yeah.
So with all these inventions, like they were expanding like crazy. No one could
Right.
stop them.
Right.
No one could stand against them. So
Right.
they just kept expanding. But the further you get from the epicenter, from the emperor,
Exactly.
the less you care about him because he's some guy that you never see ever, and he
Yeah.
keeps giving you orders. So
Well, and I'm guessing the further away you get, the more garbled communication becomes too, right? Because the communication line, it's like talking, it's like playing that phone game where
Yeah.
everyone whispers in each other's ear, you know?
not necessarily, because the emperor would write, like they'd write down stuff
Right.
on a scroll, and then the messenger would bring that scroll, and if he didn't bring it, he'd die. So
Okay.
the messages were sent. Probably corrupt people fucked with the messages.
Right.
People would like kill the messengers, so it never went
So
across.
what ultimately happened? Like, why did the Roman Empire fall? You know?
Basically, the armies were super loyal to their generals.
Yeah.
Because the generals were the ones paying them
Yep.
and fighting with them on the front lines.
Yeah.
So like once you fight
But the
with
generals themselves weren't loyal to the
no, so the people respected the crap out of their general,
Yeah.
and they would start calling them the emperor. They're like, this is the
Okay.
emperor.
Okay.
And then it would go to the general's head, and now the general wants to be emperor.
Okay.
The general would go back to Rome,
Yeah.
kill the current emperor with his huge army,
Yeah.
become the next emperor, but then he wouldn't have money coming in. So
Right.
his army would kill him and put another emperor in place, or
Right.
another general would come.
Right.
So all the generals were fighting each other, and they would have these big wars against each other.
So this is like a civil war now.
Yeah, all over the place, all
Right.
over the Roman Empire.
Okay. So
There was civil wars.
So basically, what was going on in the end was these generals who were in command of such vast armies and land just wanted their own piece of the pie. Basically, they didn't care about Rome anymore.
Yeah. Well, they didn't like the empire because they
Right.
kept telling them what to do when they're the ones fighting, not
Right.
the emperor.
Right.
So they were fighting all over the place on the outer Roman Empire.
Outer reaches. Yeah.
Meanwhile, up north, in northern Asia,
Yeah.
there was the Hun Empire, and the
Okay.
Huns were pushing what were called the barbarian people.
Right.
So the English, the Anglo-Saxons, the
Yeah.
Germanic tribes up north down,
Yeah.
and the Germanic tribes had nowhere to go. So they'd run into these places where these huge Roman battles had just happened, pick up all this new cool gear off the floor, and now they have Roman gear.
Okay.
So they'd just come in and
These were called the barbarians or something. or?
they called them barbarians.
Okay. So eventually
The English, French, and Germans
they all
came down,
and took over.
and like all the generals were fighting each other, so they just took over Rome.
So
Just
is that
yeah.
and is that how we lost all those Roman artifacts and stuff? Like how everything got kind of destroyed?
Well, they're still there.
Yeah, I
Still
know,
Roman.
but they're
And only half the Roman Empire got taken away.
okay.
The Byzantine Empire is Rome. still.
Okay. Okay.
That was the Roman Empire, the other half.
Okay.
It got captured at one point, but Europe took it back.
Wasn't it also like just near the end of the Roman Empire, like in its greatest splendor,
Yeah.
you know, when it was at its peak, wasn't it at a stage too where they were like, it was just complete over the top lifestyle in Rome. Like they were doing crazy things like having feasts and vomiting, so they could eat more food.
But that's another reason why the emperors were often assassinated, because they were living lavishly while everyone else was like starving because there was no money in the capital.
Yeah.
So they'd come
like so basically where the rulers are running, like obviously over living, because everyone's getting
but
taxed.
That's happened in all,
because they were taxing too, right?
But that happens in every monarchy.
Did they introduce tax? Rome, was that where tax started?
I think tax might have even happened before that.
Okay.
But they were getting taxed like crazy because the empire was so expanded that the forces on the front lines needed more food.
Yeah.
So everyone was like poor as fuck and losing everything.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if, like we say, history repeats itself. Is this where we're going in some of the first world countries now? You know what I mean?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? You don't think the US is at a stage where they're reaching this tipping point where the politicians are, and corporate heads in the US are, paying off politicians to get things done and just,
Well, we're more connected now.
Yeah.
There's not going to be a civil war because people all know what's going on everywhere.
Right.
There's not going to be a secret conspiracy that happens in the US. I mean, I know Texas wants to leave the US. They want to be their own country.
Yeah.
Just like in Canada, we have Quebec who wants to separate.
Yeah.
The Quebec thing I understand because it's their own culture.
Yeah. Yeah.
And French. They speak French.
And they want to protect that culture, right? They don't want it diluted from foreigners. Or
Texas, I understand less.
Right.
But I understand they're kind of different. Like they have very low tax.
Yeah.
They're big on guns, I think.
Yes, big on guns. They have oil, and lots of grazing.
But they're still a part of the culture of the US.
Yeah.
It's still, they have deep history in the US.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like the US is very divided right now. And I think that's how it was in the Roman era before it went down. Right?
But I don't know. I think the US has been always divided between two major parties, right?
Yes, but it's never been more divided than it has been now. Like it's
like this year.
In the past,
because of the oil crisis,
I would say the past 10 years in the U.S. it's been very much divided between the two political parties.
Yeah,
with a lot of anger and stress between people that are loyal to each of these parties. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But do you think it could develop into a civil war?
I don't know, Liam. Like it's there's a lot of the current administration has definitely made it has definitely accentuated the aggression. You know what I mean? As opposed to bringing the nation together. You know what I mean? Like that's what a good politician should do, right? Should always be working towards common ground, bringing people together, not finding the hinge points that separate people and then harping on that so that they,
like every single debate.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So, and I just wonder if that's part of how the Roman era went down. You know what I mean? Like, was it because...
No, I think it was more like you said, lack of communication.
Yeah?
No one cared what the emperor thought because he was so far away. And
Right. It was just a different time where they didn't have the technology.
And winning all these wars, your soldiers love you. It goes to your head.
Yeah.
And then you want more power.
Because if you think of the other time where the world was close to being taken over.
Germany.
Yeah, it was World War II, right? And
1940s.
And they had communication then.
They did,
but I think
they made some major mistakes.
I think also their expansion process, like their strategic expansion process, was flawed.
I think their major downfall was attacking Russia.
Yeah,
like at first the axis was Germany, Japan and Russia.
Yeah.
And then the Italians joined them.
Yeah.
And they were like
Well,
making
and a lot of the Eastern European countries that they conquered just gave up.
yeah, and they're making huge ground. Like they almost had the whole European like, continent.
Yeah.
And then suddenly they just attacked Russia out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And
Big
Russia, I mean, they took out a lot of Russian people, but the Russians like fought back like crazy, man.
Yeah.
They were merciless coming back at Germany.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Germany was merciless attacking them.
Yeah.
It was really messed up what they did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
So
not Germans, but the Nazis.
So I guess in the end, you know, we can learn things from history, but I don't think that what happened in those eras can apply now, because as you said, we're much more linked now by technology. So there's none of this communication issues that would have happened in the Roman era. And as far as Germany goes, I mean, you know, like the ability of a nation to be able to go around and conquer other nations is zero now. You know.
That being said, if there's some worldwide EMP, I think it is a possibility.
You think so?
Yeah, that there could be civil wars break out.
Yeah,
all over the place.
So you think if you know, heaven forbid that Iran get their hands on nuclear weapons, and
well, if that happens, it's just the end of the world.
Well, but they could, in effect, you know, they're smart. It's a smart nation. It's a nation of smart people. They could, in effect, you know, if you launch a nuclear weapon in outer space, it'll create an EMP, right?
Yeah.
And then that, you know,
or if there's a massive solar flare,
yeah,
I think that could do it as well.
Right. But probably localized. It probably wouldn't be a global EMP, you know. But yeah, then you think there'd be a lot of civil wars at that stage.
I do.
Yeah.
But I think like history, like the Roman Empire, it's not just how it fell, but also how they did things back then is cool too.
Yeah.
Like how did they sustain an army so well?
Yeah.
In those times.
Yeah.
Like an army of however many thousands of people.
Yeah.
How do you get enough food for that on the go?
Yeah.
They would be, as they're going, they'd be hunting.
Yeah.
So there'd be foraging parties, hunting parties, and people like ravaging the farmland.
Well, and they'd probably be engaging the conquered nations to make food as well.
Yeah,
right?
they would ravage the farmland, and they'd have supply lines. Like they'd make these supply HQs as they're going. Like build these stations on the way.
Yeah,
it was very, very.
It must have been very well organized.
Yeah,
at least initially, at least until it went all to shit.
Yeah,
you know.
But, I mean, they were organized, but then they all hated each other.
Yeah.
All the different generals wanted the power.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting conversation, Liam.
Yeah.
Very interesting. And Liam, we've hit the hour mark.
Hell yeah.
I can't get over it. Wow. This was awesome. As usual.
Wow.
You have a lot to say about the Roman Empire. You're very interested in this.
Yeah, history is cool.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of things that we can talk about for that,
mm-hmm.
you know. Mm-hmm. So another week of podcasting over. I'm Sean,
and I'm Liam,
and we are
the Cannabis Podcast.
Have a good week, everybody.
Have a good one, guys.
Take care.
Ciao.